it, guys. The AI data money, the data center money is ending, guys. Let's short the market. I told y'all he's the worst. Every time I tell you guys he's the worst trader on earth, y'all never believe it. When he comes out and says, this is when the short, guys, the market turned around the day after. And now this fool is talking about shorting Berkshire Hathaway. He's like, well, I think because Warren Buffett is stepping down, that the company's not going to do well anymore. I'm like, when was the last time Warren Buffett picked a great company? It was like the 80s. I love Warren Buffett. I love Warren Buffett and what he's done. If he was my, if I was listening to him, if he was my mentor, I'll soak up everything he has to say. But just because you won in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, why didn't you pick Amazon? Why didn't you invest in Amazon? Why didn't you invest in Google? Why didn't you invest in crypto? Why didn't you invest in Nvidia? Why didn't you invest in Netflix? Why didn't you invest in any of the top 10 companies on the planet? Listen, if you haven't become wealthier, and you got the 15 top companies on the planet, and you didn't invest in any of them except Apple in the last 20 years, that means you lost it. You don't have that golden. You lost it, my man. That's why he's stepping down. He told y'all not to buy crypto. He told you guys the technology, that when the technology boom was happening, he was like, oh, that's going to be short-lived. Word, Warren? They don't talk about his bad calls. They talk about his good calls. And you're supposed to do that. I get it. For 80 years, if you've been making money, guys, like, look, he's the Oracle of Omaha. He gets all the respect from me up until about 1985. After 1985, guys, Warren Buffett's picks were not that great, except during the recession. He did pick up a lot of great companies during the recession, because in a recession, when you go through a recession like 1929, he did really well. So I'll take that back. I'll take all of that back. His last great calls were in 2008, 2009. That was it. That was it. And he only invested in companies that you invest in when there's a recession, because that's what he knows. He's been there, done that, was alive during the 1929 crash. You got to listen to your elders and watch what they're buying when you go through periods of time where, we've never seen anything, right? I'm going to always go to my elders and be like, yo, what do we do during a war? What do we invest in? Yo, what do we do if interest rates start to go up in price? Yo, what do we do? I got to go to my elders that's lived through it. Because I learned the hard way I didn't even really learn the hard way in 2022. I just wasn't a believer until I saw it with my own eyes. That was one of the few times that I wasn't convinced. My peer group was telling me one thing, and I was like, I don't know. I don't believe it until I see it. And then I got on board in April. So it took about 120 days until I started seeing the charts go down. And I started to see that what they were trying to tell me 4 months prior was actually happening. And what was that? That is, if interest rates start to go up, guys, I'm going to forever notice for the rest of my life. If the Fed start raising interest rates, guys, say bye-bye to the stock market. Bye-bye. Bye-bye gains. Bye-bye. Market's going down. Now, it might not go down for the whole year, but if they raise interest rates for 2 quarters in a row, it's a wrap for the stock market, at least for a year. You heard what I just said, guys? For a year. You heard what I just said? For a year. For a year. From when they start raising interest rates. 1 year. That means if they decide to raise interest rates next year, January, guess what? 2027 will be a down year. And then the market will probably explode for 5 more years straight. It don't matter who's going to be in office. It don't matter. I know you guys are like, oh, when Democrats are in office, the market's terrible. When Republicans in office, the market is great, or vice versa. That's not true. That's not true. Y'all know, this is a real statistic. Y'all know I'm good on statistics. Do y'all know that 10 of the last 11 recessions, if you go back and you look at the last 11 recessions, do y'all know what party was in office when the recession started? Take a guess. Take a guess in the comment section. Out of the last 11 recessions, out of the last 11, 10 of them was one party and one party only. Do y'all know what party that was? He said the Whig Party. No. What party was it, guys? That's right. That's right, guys. If you don't believe me, go into your chat right now. Actually, I'm going to pull up chat later because y'all don't be believing me when I be giving y'all statistics. Some of you guys are so stuck on what you read on TikTok or what you listen to or hear that you don't believe it. Like, you don't believe it until you see it. So what I like to do is I like to pull up my own chat GPT so that you guys can see it. And we ask it questions so that it doesn't matter what my opinion is. Y'all can see the statistics. Out of the last 11 recessions, 10 of them started under Republican leadership, not Democrat. Now, does that make me a Democrat? No. But at least I know the statistics. Everybody was voting. Everybody was like, oh my God, listen to what Trump is saying when the Republicans get in office. We're going to stop the recession from happening. 10 of the last 11 recessions were under Republicans. The last 11. I didn't go out there, guys, and randomly pick 10. If you take the last 11 in a row, up until now, 10 of them were under Republicans. The only recession that started under a Democrat was Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. And that's why he only did one term. So, I don't care who's in I don't care, but, I always tell people, look, you got to know statistics to know what you about to deal with before you deal with it. And as long as you know what's going to happen, as long as you know what the statistics are, and that's what we do when we look at charts and we bring in the fundamentals. We always want to put ourselves in a position of winning. Anyone that didn't know this statistics, and I'm surprised I don't ever tell you guys this statistic. You guys are like surprised every time. And I'm like, why are you surprised? 10 of the last 11 recessions have been under Republicans. So, you can get angry if you voted Republican and you didn't know this. Well, why didn't you educate yourself? Like, I understand what happens bad and good under Democrats. I understand what happens bad and good under Republicans. Learn how to position yourself depending on who's in office. All of my friends that were voting Republican this time around, all they kept saying was, no, the economy is going to be this and that. And I'm like, do you know what the statistics are? And a lot of them don't have money, guys. This is what's crazy. A lot of them aren't doing well. So I get it. If they were not doing well under Biden, I can understand that they needed to change how they were living, and they were like, I don't know who I'm voting for, but I can't do what we doing right now. And I kept telling them, guys, I'm like, look, I know I'm going to make more money if they put Trump in office, and I'm still going against it. I told them this. I said, look, on the golf course, I said, look, I know y'all want to go Republican because you think that the little man, like, you're not rich. Like, I can see if you had like 5, 10, 15 million, you had a bunch of businesses, hey, this party is for you. I said, this is not for you. The stuff that you keep telling me that you want. And I know we're not supposed to talk about politics, but if you want to make money in this stock market, I'm sorry, you got to talk about it. And you got to be honest with who makes money when certain parties are in office. The party, like, first of all, the stock market is great for whoever's in office. You know why? Because the stock market's been averaging 10% a year for the S&P 500 for 100 years. So all of us, we shouldn't care. If you a stock market person, don't nobody care. We all gonna make money. If you got the worst Democrat, worst Republican, who cares? Stock market's gonna always be at its highs. We're gonna get maybe one and a half year that's bad. The rest of the years under whoever the president is, stock market's gonna be at the top. Why? Because America has the best companies on the planet. And what they love to do is they love new presidents coming in office. They know that they're coming in office. They say whatever they need. They do whatever they need to do, and they make sure that the government that's whatever political party is in office right now, they want to make sure that they're getting everything that they need so that they can succeed at whatever business that they have. It's always a business move. It was a business move why Elon jumped from Elon then jumped from Democrats to independents to Republicans. That cat don't have no loyalty. He was like, look, I'm going to put my money this way because and what's funny is now that you look at it, it wasn't even about Tesla. I kept thinking to myself, why is he still pushing for Tesla? His eyes was never on Tesla, guys. His eyes was on this IPO for SpaceX. I even missed that one, guys. I missed it. And I usually don't miss things like that. I was like, yo, this whole time, it was nothing. It had nothing to do with Tesla. Everybody was like, but the rebates and rewards and whatever for the Tesla vehicles. That cat wasn't even thinking about it. He already made his money from Tesla. That cat was thinking, yo, I'm gonna need to get this IPO while you're president. I'm gonna need all of these banks to go out there and pretty much have an IPO for the largest company to ever IPO. Ever. I don't know why I don't know why I didn't see it. I just didn't. My eyes was all on Tesla. Nobody cares about Tesla anymore, guys. Do y'all know this? Don't nobody care about Tesla. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Tesla. Nobody cares. Everybody made their money from Tesla. Tesla went from 25 billion to 1 trillion. Everybody made their money out of Tesla. Tesla might double, maybe triple. Tesla's done. If it gets a double in 5 years, I'll be surprised. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's an old subject. Now, it's a great day trading tool. If you want to day trade Tesla, great company to day trade. But you know what? There's a better company to day trade, and that's SpaceX. SpaceX is one of the easiest companies that you can day trade on an everyday basis. I keep telling you guys this over and over again. SpaceX is the new Tesla. SpaceX is the new Tesla. How many times I gotta tell y'all this? SpaceX is the new Tesla. SpaceX is the new Tesla. Now, A lot of you investors are going to get confused at what we're talking about because you're going to be like, well, I bought it at 200 and now it's only 135. You're investing in it. We ain't talking to you. We talking to traders. Anybody trading SpaceX? Easiest chart to trade. I've been showing y'all every day the easiest stock. Stop trading everything else y'all trading. SpaceX has the easiest chart to read every day. If you don't believe me, let me pull up a chart. If you're using my tools, it's the easiest thing that you're ever going to day trade. You want to make a living trading something? Trade something like this. That's so easy to trade, guys. I don't know how you guys fumble. I don't know how you guys mess up on this stock every day. Pretty much whatever direction that VWAP is angled, SpaceX is usually going to trend in that particular direction. Now, I'm starting to see where the traders that really know how to trade this are, trading it. But check this out. What do we talk about every day? We talk about the RSI. If you're trading, and you see something like this RSI, and I'm going to erase. This is for my day traders because we don't talk. I've seen a bunch of you day traders lose money on a daily basis. And the market is so freaking easy to trade, especially this stock. Oh my God. Wait till golf season ends, guys. I'm going to call this mug all day long. All right, so SpaceX, as you can see, we already know that the ATR is anywhere between $7 and $10, right? So SpaceX is going to move $7 to $10 every day. In fact, I think weeks ago, the number that we picked was 6. So we have been following, I don't know, I haven't looked at it in about a week, but for the last 3 weeks, last month and a half, guys, you literally could just go $6, $6, $6, $6, $6, $6, and you could just make money in SpaceX, right? If you don't believe me, watch this. Watch this. What time was SpaceX? 8 o'clock this morning, SpaceX was at 139. Let's do some math. Let's do some math, guys. Let's do some math. Because I know y'all know math. If you were shorting SpaceX and you see it dropping in price and you see it hit a high of 139, if you know that it moves $6 every day to the upside, to the downside, to the upside, to the downside, what price do y'all think this was going to drop to? Put it in the comment section. I hope this works too because I ain't even look at it today. 133. Cool. I know you guys are like, nuh-uh, Joel, it doesn't work. It ain't that easy. Now, if you've been in my lives, y'all know that I've been saying this every day. I'm like, guys, this is the easiest stock on earth to trade. On earth. If it's at 139, quit buying it at 138 and 137 and even people that want to invest in it. Wait until it drops $6, please. Please, just take a second and just wait for it to drop $5 or $6. When it dropped $5 or $6 from 139, let's see if it worked out. It dropped to, what price did it drop to? It dropped to $133.37. I can't make this up. Oh, then it dropped a little bit lower, but that's cool. But let's say you bought it at $8.45. Then it went up to 130. It's dropped to 133. Then it rose like $3, right? Now you know it's gonna drop $6 or a little bit more. So once it drops around the 133 area, even if you bought it there and you see that the RSI is oversold, what are you supposed to do? Buy it. But Joel, you said that the market cap is high and blah. I'm not talking to you investors. I'm talking to you day traders that don't know how to trade. Do y'all see at 9:45? It went a little bit more than $6, guys. It dropped to 131, and then guess what it did? It blasted off from 131. Watch this, guys. Watch this. It blasted off from 131 to 130, about $6. So it dropped $7. Even if you bought it here at 133, still made money. Went all the way up to 137. Where do y'all think it's going to drop from 137? Can somebody put it in the comment section? If this thing starts to drop, where is it dropping? You see a swing high of 137. Where is it dropping to? 131. Where do y'all think this went down to? 131. Then it started to go up in price. This is 12 o'clock. It tested that 131 area again. Let's see where it ended the day. If you bought it at 131 at 12 o'clock, guys, what price do y'all think it went to when it went to its highs? What price? If we hit a low of 130, where y'all think it was going to? Just take a wild guess. It went to 130. Where is it going to, guys? 137. Nuh-uh, Joel, it's not going there. Yes, it did. It went all the way to, dang, it went higher than that, guys. It went to 139. 139. When this thing goes, guys, it don't play around. When it starts moving, it's going to move. $6, $7. Sometimes it overshoots it. When it starts to go down, it's gonna go down. What I would do is use your oversold conditions. If I was buying, y'all know I would have been in at 9:45. I would have caught this move right here. If I wasn't focused on golf right now, I would have caught this move up to here. I would have been done for the day. But if you wanted to short it for another $7, there you have it. I had to go to the golf course by then. Oh, so easy to trade. So easy to trade. But look at what it does. It messes with your head because most of you guys that are trading it don't know that it's being traded. This is the easiest thing to trade. The problem is that there's 3 trading periods. There's not one trading period anymore. No longer, you cannot do this anymore, guys. You cannot come in and put a trade on at 9:30 and then take that trade off at 4 o'clock. If you're trading like that, or if you're holding it overnight, you're gambling, in my opinion. Because you're trading it through 3 trading periods. You got your 9:30 to 10:30, you got your 10:30 to 12, you got your 12 to 2, which no one should be trading, and then you have your 2 to 4. 9:30 to 10:30, that's when I would have traded. I would have been out of this trade by 11 o'clock, made all my money for the day. Then it reversed, I think, at like 11:30 for lunchtime. Usually doesn't do anything from 12 to 2, but guess what? SpaceX is even giving the people that come in at 12 o'clock money to make. It's the easiest stock to trade. You can trade it by, some of you traders that like to trade within a range. You got your $6 to $7 range. You got your VWAP that's going to tell you the direction it's going. If you're trading with a Fibonacci retracement, when I tell you guys it's the easiest thing to trade, it's the easiest thing that I've seen in a very long time to trade. And I think it's going to be that way for a minute. Stop trading all of that other stuff that you guys are losing out on and start trading SpaceX. Don't think about it being Elon's company. Don't think about it as an investment, strictly as a trader. All the technicals that we talk about is technically sound. Look at the chart. You can even see it pulling back to its 50% areas on the Fibonacci's when it's going down. Even when it's going up, guys, you can set your Fibonacci retracement tools. Wait for it to pull back 50%. Technically sound. One of the easiest things that I'm teaching people now to look at, like, because it's doing everything that everybody's telling you that it's going to do. Everybody is right that took a technical class when they're trading SpaceX. It's giving you the double bottoms, the triple bottoms, the ranges, the VWAP up, the VWAP down, the ATR, everything. It's amazing. But you get things like that when you get the most traded, one of the most traded stocks that are out there. Now, some of you guys are bored to death listening to what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you guys, you can literally make a fortune trading this stock, at least for now. And it don't take you that long to make a fortune. You double your money 7 or 11 times, you can take 1,000 to 1,000,000. I'm trying to tell you guys what to trade. I ain't even looking at nothing else no more. SpaceX. So are you going to be long tomorrow, Joe? See, you already don't know how to trade. I don't know what direction it's going to go tomorrow. All I know is that bad boy moves $6 to $8 every day. When I wake up, whatever direction that VWAP is angled, that's the direction I'm trading. Period. I'm going to look at the swing high. I'm going to figure out what the swing low would be once it starts dropping. If that relative strength index starts to go oversold and it's already gone down $7 or $8, it's gonna reverse. It's going to. You can trade options on that bad boy. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. I'm telling y'all what to trade, but y'all like going down the TikTok, YouTube rabbit hole and trade stuff that everybody's talking about. Great if you're good at it. But if you're not technically sound yet, this is the way to learn. Easy. It's easy. Easy. Look at that chart. Easy. When this thing moves, it moves. You don't believe me? Go back and look on Friday. This is Friday's chart. Is this a hard thing to trade? This is Friday's chart, guys. What direction is that facing at 9:30? Up. Now, it went from 114. Now, we did get a whole bunch of crazy information on Friday. The ATR did not work on Friday because fundamentally everybody was forcing SpaceX to go up in value. So it would have been hard for me to reverse this thing on Friday, but let's look at Thursday. This is Thursday's chart. Look with your own eyes. It's like, you don't even have to believe me. Look at the freaking chart. Look at this. Look at this. This is oversold right here. Once this bad boy went, guys, just about every time it goes oversold, not overbought. Overbought is a little bit different. Y'all know how I feel about overbought conditions. Oversold, man, that thing reverses every time. But I don't want to use the old RSI, Joel. I heard that people that use the old stuff are just old like Warren Buffett. All right. How many times did we look at SpaceX and every time that RSI went off, that bad boy moved to the upside? That was Thursday. Let's look at Wednesday. Let's look at Wednesday because I know y'all don't believe it. Y'all like, whatever, Joel, whatever. Let's look at Wednesday. Once you remember, I don't really get into anything till about 9:30, 9:40. What color do you guys see here? The VWAP is angled up. That means SpaceX had a very, very high chance of going up about $6 or $7. Don't matter how you feel about it. Everybody was buying it. Now, this is the period that I buy, so I'm gonna pretty much always show the 9:30 to 12. I think that's the easiest session to trade anyway. Once it rose about $10, I mean, that thing went up. No, it went up $6. That thing went up $6, and then it reversed. That was Tuesday. Let's look at Monday. Do we see the same patterns? I'm a pattern recognitionist. Now, this one would have caught a little bit of you guys off guard. But here's where they went wrong. When SpaceX hit this swing high, because at 9:30, guys, we went from 116 to 122. This is the problem everybody makes. We went from 116 to 122. What did we just say? We just said that SpaceX moves $6. 116 plus 6 equals 22. 22. So anybody buying it at 122 don't know how to trade. They might know how to trade. They're going off of how they feel. They're hoping that today is a fundamental day and not a technical day. So we should have known that at 9:30, I'm not trying to buy SpaceX. It's already moved $6. Y'all are getting in after it moves $6. Joel's like, man, I ain't trying to buy it. But then it dropped from 122 back to, guess what it did, guys? It dropped from 122. Guess where it dropped back to? You got it, 116. 116. Now, me personally, I probably wouldn't have bought it going long because I want to see oversold conditions. But if you had just bought it off of that $6, look at that. It rose another 3, 4, 5. Oh, there you go. Another $6. Where did it go to? Back to 122. It went from 116 to 122 to 116 to 122. That was on Monday. All right, that's enough for SpaceX. I'm trying to make y'all believers, but whatever. I'll make a fortune on my own, like I've always have, like I did in Tesla. Tesla did the same thing, guys, when everybody was trading Tesla. That's why I used to trade Tesla so much. Tesla is not as easy to trade anymore. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the stock price. It's just not that easy. Plus, everybody's trading SpaceX. Nobody cares about Tesla anymore. All right, let's talk about, before I get to you guys' stocks, let's talk about what happened in the market today. Let's talk about what happened in the market today. I'm voting for Trump because he's going to help me and help the little man. I'm like, you think a billionaire knows what it takes to make the little man feel good? Trump was like, all I got to do is just fly my $1 billion plane into these little rural areas and get all of these uneducated people to vote for me because they feel like, ooh, a billionaire came to see me. Listen, I talked about Biden just as much. I'm going to talk about whoever's in office. Joel ain't no Democrat or no Republican. Joel he will tell you the foolishness of what be coming out of people's mouths. You voting for what? You think he about to help you? He about to help me and my family. He ain't helping you. That's what I would tell my friends every day. Then they would feel, Joel, you always, don't nobody care about how much money you got. I'm like, guys, he ain't helping you. Y'all don't own no real estate, no stock. He ain't helping you. He helping me. And I don't even want him in office. But if he in office, I'm gonna be bragging about how much money I made. Cause it ain't for you. But he's gonna change my, no he ain't. He's not gonna change your, none of it's not to help you. I'm sorry. The wealthy love the Republicans. It helps. Big businesses love Republicans when they're in office. Y'all better understand this. You know why we love recessions? You know why rich people love recessions? Because nobody else can buy anything and everything is cheap. Republicans love recessions because y'all got to go to the banks to get money. They don't. They got cash. They're going to buy your house that you're foreclosing on. They're going to go to war. They're going to go steal oil and go steal gold and tell you it's all about you. How y'all ain't figured this out yet? I had to vote. If I didn't vote, I was going to have to sleep on the couch. There's no way my wife was going to allow me not to vote. Shoot. Anyway, let's talk about what happened in the market today. I'm going to vote because he's going to look out for me and I'm going to buy his coin. I'm going to buy the Trump coin. Trump made $2 billion off of the Trump coin. How much did y'all make? They said Trump made $2 billion. And the people that invested in his company, in his coin, lost $1.9 billion. Well, somebody made 100,000. Good for you, because everybody else lost. What's his dance? Buy my coin, buy my coin. The last 10, I keep telling y'all this. Why did this pop up like this? Hold up. That's not supposed to look like that. Hold on. Here we go. The last 10 out of 11, and I'm going to pull it up here because some of y'all just don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that I voted for a recession to happen. Yeah, you big dummy. You voted for a recession. He wouldn't kick me out of the country. Are you brown? Look, hey, I'm an independent. I'm going to talk about whoever. I make both sides mad. I done lost Democrat friends and Republican friends. I don't care. Y'all be in denial. Y'all don't look at statistics. You be in denial. You listen and believe everything you hear except for what's actually happening. What's happened in the past. Like, I'm not voting for a woman. A woman? I'm like, have you ever seen a woman scorned? She would have blew up all of Iran. That's the reason why? You voting because you don't want a woman to be president? If that ain't the dumbest thing I've ever heard, I guess you don't love your mama, huh? Your mama can't ever make no decisions. All right, what happened in the market today? You gotta laugh at this stuff, guys, because we have to get over. You gotta get over being uncomfortable about what people say and start dealing with what really happens. Just like, I don't care. Just say it with your chest. If you voted for whoever or who didn't, say it with your chest. Ain't no right or wrong. Everybody's wrong. Everybody's right. There's good things they do. There's bad things they do. There's things they lie about. We got to talk about it because that's how you make money in this market. I kept telling these fools, stock market, we ain't got to worry about the stock market. I said, oh, Trump's in office. I'm going to be a rich man. Even though I don't want him in there. But if he gonna be in there, I'm gonna get rich. Look at what the stock market's doing. The stock market's at all-time highs. But the economy and we're at war. The stock market at all-time highs. But it doesn't make any sense. Gas prices, eggs. Didn't we tell y'all this? It ain't for you. It's for the rich. You got real estate? No, you got stocks. No, they ain't for you. He ain't talking to you. He flew into your little city. I went there and he did the little dance. I was front row. Listen. I had black friends. This is what's wild. It wasn't a black this time around voting. I know a lot of you guys was like, oh, all the black people are gonna vote for. Nah, man. Half my friends, half my peer group. Now I'm a young black, went to a HBCU. Half of my black male friends voted the other way. And you know what their argument was? I don't want no woman to be president. What if you gotta make a call on a war? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? If that ain't the most dumb thing, like I got some friends, I'm looking at them sideways now, like, that's your argument? That's your argument? That's your argument? They lie on both sides. They really do. They do. So what's happening right now? Let's talk about what's happening right now politically. Y'all gotta, if you don't want to talk about it, leave, go away. If it's hurting your feelings, you feel angry, mad, some type of way, I don't respect you anymore, Joe, go, bye, peace, later. We gonna talk about it because we get wealthy off of knowing what's actually happening. That's it. Money is green. I don't care about what political party you decided to vote on. Now, I will listen to your reasoning, and I will judge you on your reasoning. I won't judge you on who you pick. I won't. Just like I don't want y'all to judge me because I drive a Tesla. You don't know my story behind our Teslas. Listen, my first girlfriend at Howard, I didn't know at the time. My first girlfriend my first girlfriend in college, actually it was my second. My second girlfriend in college, she worked, she was black, she worked for Newt Gingrich. Whole family was Republicans. All my friends was like, oh, heck nah, Joel. I was like, why are you guys judging? It's just a party. I was always that dude. I never judged nobody. I was everybody that are Republicans just can't be just evil. Like, y'all think that they are Democrats. Everybody that's Republican ain't evil. They ain't all sellouts. There's a lot of them that are sellouts. Don't get me wrong. You got sellouts on the Democrat side too. You got sellouts in the independent party. How can you be a sellout in the independent? You can. So let's talk about it. Like, I ain't here to judge anybody. I will judge your reasoning though. You got a powerful black mother sitting at home that raised your silly butt, but I would never have a black woman in power, because what if we go to war? Shut up. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And that's what I kept hearing. That's why I keep saying it like that, because that was the one thing I kept hearing. The dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. In my entire life. I'm like, look, if we had to go to decisions, like if we was at the house and my dad was there and we all shooters, my dad a shooter, I'm a shooter, we all looking at my mama like, what's the call? If my mama was like, obliterate anything that comes in the driveway, all right? My mama was gangster. Shoot, she ain't give 2, 3, 4, no, she gave no F's. It be us men to be all, but I grew up with him. Kill them all. Okay. Anyway, I laugh at this stuff because this is the freaking reasoning, y'all weren't thinking about your families. You weren't thinking about, it's like, and I'm gonna be honest, a lot of black men are insecure about having women that have more power than they do. And it's something that we had to go through during slavery. That was actually a strategy that was used against us. Which is why even now you see a lot of, I have nothing against it. A lot of black women are put in higher positions faster than black men. It's just something that they've used as a strategy to cause dissension. You guys watch Love Island? Who were the last two couples picked? It's causing dissension. You said because these girls gonna jump on you, trends to you. You can't say nothing like that. You can't say nothing like that. Anyway, you gotta talk about it. I ain't judging nobody. I'm just saying. You gotta look at the past and what was used against us in the past. It's just statistics, guys. It's just statistics. Y'all know y'all don't want to talk about it. It cuts too deep, but it does help with understanding where we are, and it really does help when it comes to investing. I know you guys don't think it does, but it does. I had to talk through a lot of this stuff because I'm gonna be honest with all of you guys. If I had to invest only in companies where there was a personality contest and I had to take the CEO and look at everything the CEO ever did in their lives, I wouldn't invest in a single company on Wall Street. If I had to go back and look at the 20 or 30-year history of the CEO that was in place and decide, hey, am I going to buy this company or am I going to buy this company because of something they did or wanted or who they was affiliated with or where they went to school with or if they said the N word or if they was this race, that race, if they said this about people, like I wouldn't vote for none of y'all. I'll just be a day trader. And even then, you're still buying the stock, selling the stock, buying the stock, selling the stock. So long term, because I am an investor, I had to get over that quickly and started thinking green. I put my morals in place. Like I will never buy a cigarette company or an alcohol company, which is interesting, right? Because I will own a weed company. So I'm not telling you guys that your morals. But I mean, if it had to come down to judgment, I wouldn't buy nothing. Nan stock out there. Right? So, I like what you said, George. You gotta do both. You can have your morals. I'm not gonna ever beat any of you guys down on your opinions except when you say stupid stuff like, I can't have a woman in office. Just like you couldn't have a black man as president. Just like you could, like, come on now. Shut it up. It doesn't matter what and it's interesting. We're just those types of people now. We actually think because of like when you're working for you can work for the people and have your own religion. And a lot of the times, a lot of these cats that's doing good things for people in the public, they're doing terrible things at home. Like all types of sinning. They were able to separate it. Because if we knew that stuff, we'd be like, oh, heck no. And I'm not saying that we should say we're for it. I'm just saying I'm not trying to go down the road of judging people. Unless you say some dumb stuff out of your mouth that I can judge you on. I don't care. And if you're a religious person, you believe in Jesus or whatever, Jesus didn't do the same thing. Jesus ain't say, I'm only going to help these types of people. I don't care. Like all leaders in any religion, I've never seen them judge. Like that's one common denominator, that there is judgment. Like, don't get me wrong, the Baptist church is one of the most judgmental places you can ever go in history. Like, I love my Baptist churches, but god dang, you can't wear, say, do anything without somebody judging you. I can't even, I told y'all, I went to a Baptist church to teach a stock class. I know you guys are like, let's talk about the stock, Joe. I went to a Baptist church to do a stock class. They were like, what is your name, sir? I was like, Joel, what is your company? What would Joel do? Oh, that's blasphemous. I ain't even started teaching yet. I'm like, I just laughed it off. Ha ha ha. What do you mean? And they kept at it. Why would you call yourself, what would Joel do? And I guess it's because, it came from what would Jesus do. So you think you God now? I'm like, no, I think I have a strategy that I teach that I created on my own. And if you want to learn my strategy, I think I can make something. I mean, doesn't that what makes us individuals? I didn't say what would Jesus Joel do. I didn't say what did King Joel do. I said what would Joel do. So I get to arguing with about 4-5 church members about my business. This is a true story. I love my people, but dang, I'm gonna clap back. I ain't one of them ones that's just gonna sit back. I'm gonna clap back. I'm like, it's called What Would Joel Do? Everything is just like, what would George do? What would Lapman do? What would Arwen do? What would what the F, let's try this again, the artist do? You're supposed to create stuff on your own and make yourself an individual, but because people are so judgy, they're gonna make it out that way. Then it's like, who this young handsome guy that just this young guy who now I did roll up there, and at that time I had an i8, so I did roll up there, and I had the Lamborghini doors, so and I had a way to do it, and I got out with a little bit of swag. So I did get out my little car with a little swag. I was a model at one time, so I got the model walk. And they felt some type of way about that. And now he gonna educate me on something. I gotta look to the right and left at my spouse. He's gonna make us feel bad because we haven't invested in the market over the years. And here this little hot shot that came up here thinking that he Jesus gonna teach me. I'll teach him something. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I come across stuff like that all the time, and I just laugh about it. Now, I used to really, really, really get like angry and mad and upset and thinking about it like for days, and now everything is just a joke to me. It's just funny. When you get my age and you're secure with yourself, and you're like, yo, and I'm knocking on wood, if anything happened to me, I'm like, yo, I did my thing. I put my stamp on this planet. Like, look, I did the thug fizzle. You can laugh. I get why a lot of people can't do that yet, because you're still trying to do certain things. You're still trying to, I'm still trying to accomplish things in my lifetime, but I am, and I'm who I am. I am what I am. I can look back at myself and be happy at all the choices that I made, even the bad ones. So everything is funny to me now. It's a joke. It's hilarious. And, it's sometimes you gotta clap back. Sometimes you gotta clap back, even if it's an elder. If you got respect for the game that you have and what you've done and what you want to bring, like I could have easily gotten angry and just been like, man, I'm out of here. But the bigger picture is that if you believe in a higher power, the higher power put me here for this reason, for this objection, so that, I could explain to the masses some of the things that I've done. I'm not the richest person on earth. I ain't nowhere close to it. I ain't even the richest out of my friends. I'm way at the bottom. But tell your story. You got to be able to look somebody in the eye and explain to them why you are who you are. So even when you guys come in this room and you try to judge me and you see what would Joel do and you see this dude up here with shades on and an orange shirt talking crap. Remember, I come from a period where we talk a lot of crap. Don't judge me. Because I'm going to come here every day and help educate you guys on how I see the market. And it doesn't matter what my opinion is. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. All right. What we're trying to do as a family, as a stock trading and investing family, is be able to talk about everything respectfully and laugh at it. Laugh at some things. Some things aren't funny to some people. But you gotta open up just a little bit. This room and the people that I've come in contact with my whole lives, I can walk the walk with everybody. I haven't come in contact with any person that I didn't feel like I could be cool with. It didn't matter who they were. Now, the only people I feel uncomfortable around is my sadist, right? Like if you worship if you worship the bad things and you do rituals and stuff like that, I might not mess with you. But outside of that, I'm cool with everybody. I'm cool with everybody. All right, whatever race, whatever religion, whatever nationality, whatever sexual preference you are, whatever pronouns you decide to want to be respected by, cool. Like that has nothing to do with me. It doesn't. And you guys always try to make other people's personal business your business. That has nothing to do with you. You walk the earth and you walk your own path. Worry about yourself. I love that meme. The little white girl, that's one of my favorite memes of all time. Worry about your damn self. You're too busy worrying about everybody else. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Who cares? Like y'all even voting because you caring about how other people want to live their lives. What kind of ridiculousness is that? You think Jesus would have done that? What would Jesus do? Would Jesus do that? Would Jesus call the police on those little kids? All right. That's enough. It's 8:12. I went 12 minutes over. I'm supposed to only go to 8. That's my bad. I went 12 minutes over. That means I owe y'all 12 minutes. There's a method to my madness. I have to tell stories like 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. That's what TikTok told me I have to do to gain followers and viewers. And I'm trying to go by the script. So I force myself to tell stories. Joel, your audience has to know a lot about you and how you think. But I'm like, but they don't care. They're just going to get mad. They're just going to come on and then I'm going to lose followers if I say the wrong thing and then I'm going to get canceled. And then if I get canceled, they'll never come back. TikTok's like, yo, we got you. We going to put you in front of 4,000 people today. You just need to get up there and talk. I'm like, all right, but I don't want to lose anybody. And then they're going to think that I'm really like that. And then they're going to see me in person. And then when they see me in person, they're going to have the judgy eyes. And I'm going to be with my family. all right. That's 13 minutes over. All right, let's talk about what happened in the market today. So, what would Joe do market wrap up? What would Joe do? So blasphemous. What would Joe do? What would Joel do market wrap up Monday, August the 10th? All right, so the market was slightly down today. The S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell. So the market barely moved today. Today was a very boring day. Ain't nothing happened today, but it's the summertime. This is the summer doldrums, right? So there was a lot of news around NVIDIA, SpaceX, Trump media, which sucks, worst company on Wall Street, and oil. Joel, that's your opinion. I'm on True Social every night. Great. Still the worst company. It ain't never been positive. And oil. Don't talk about my orange man. You can't even do the dance right, Joel. Oil jumped about 5%. All right, so if you were looking at oil today, guys, you would see that oil jumped up big. Now there are a couple of companies that benefit from oil jumping in price. All right, so crude jumped to about $82. There is still geopolitical risk. We still at war. We're gonna be at war for the next 50 years, guys. I don't know why y'all thought it was gonna last a week. And you know I gotta say something about this. You know I gotta say something about this. Do y'all remember the first 2 weeks of the war? Y'all remember the first 2 weeks? The first two, dang, I froze for a second. Hold on, I'm freezing, hold on. Look, TikTok about to kick me off this mug. Hold up. Give me a second. Look, the minute I started talking about Trump, my whole TikTok joint froze. Dang, I can't see nothing. Hold on. Can you guys still hear me? Because I can't see nothing. If you can still hear me, put it in the comment section. It is, what time is it? It's 8:16. If you can still see me, let me know. I'm about to see what's going on from this point of view. Hold on. I think they done cut my live off. Look, they done, hold on. All right. I got you. Let me close this.
disability, you can make